So today we're off on Lottie, the Burgman. We're going to go for a quick drive around the hills of Baselland. So welcome to Baselland, Switzerland. I thought I'd come out and try my hand at making a video log. Today is 1st of May 2018 and here I am on the 650 Burgman. It's covered in pollen at the moment because of the season, of course. Lots of wildflowers, field full of buttercups here. So this is Lottie, 650 Burgman. Had her for about 2 months. I've driven her maybe 1600 kilometers in that time, which is quite a lot, but just getting used to her. The first time I've had a maxi scooter, but the third time that I've had a scooter, and I must say that I am just thoroughly taken with this machine. I put on the Givi a higher and wider windscreen. I'm 6'2" tall, or m87, and I've got the Maxi E55 top box and the Givi 21 litre per side panniers. I live in a village called Teniken, and this is the main valley that I live in. It's called the Diekte Valley. This village is called Diekten. We're in a region that is known as geographically as the Jura, which is punctuated by low hills, or low hills and valleys. A lot of sunken, shifted valleys here, and up ahead you can see these exposed cliffs. I'm going to turn out of this valley and head up a little bit higher up, give you some idea of the view and give you some perspective of the old farmhouses interspersed with modern houses. So we'll drop off the top of this part of a particular ridge into another valley. Here we go. On the right here are some wooden structures. They're there to indicate that a new house is going to be built. It's a Swiss law, and they actually show the design and the outline and profile dimensions of the house. It's quite typical of Switzerland, which is very, very ordered and detailed. I do like the engine braking of the Burgman, especially in this type of environment. I know there's a lot of discussion on Burgman USA. And we'll head up this valley. For those of you who are interested, on the 1st of May 2018, petrol cost 1 franc 59 Rappen per litre. Very conscious here in Switzerland of speed limits. For those of you who have been to Switzerland before, you'll know that it's a very expensive country to live in, actually one of the most expensive countries in the world. And speeding fines are quite challenging as well. There's another Burgman on the right here. Lottie's sister. Sister Lottie. Still some blossom on these cherry trees here. We're looking forward to a good cherry harvest this season. Last year there was a frost very late and it blighted the harvest. So let's hope we'll have some lovely juicy cherries this year. I feel truly fortunate to live in such a gorgeous country. So as I look down through the valley there, the hillside across the way and the hills in the background, that's Germany, and that's the Schwarzwald or the Black Forest. So what other additions have I made to Lottie since I bought her? Well, I've got the Zumo 395. I'm wearing a Nolan helmet with an Encom microphone, earpiece device. So one of the questions I posed on the Burgman USA forum in the 650 area is, what are your plans for a tour this year? And I received some interesting responses, you know. People traveling across Ohio, people in Colorado, and I'm incredibly fortunate to live in Switzerland. It's a landlocked country, and we're bordered to the north by Germany, and to the east by Austria, to the west and south by France, and to the very south by Italy. So just being able to take off. I'm going to slow down here because this really is one of my favourite bits of road or views in this region. This is a fairy tale when this is all kissed with snow. Just want to kind of swerve from side to side with just happiness. It's the village of Zeglingen. So I've been fascinated with how people tour and how they prepare for touring. And some people need every piece of kit, others seem to be minimalist, and that seems to work as well. But I'm going to try out my ability to tour and tour comfortably. Some of the considerations I've made: I'm going on a trip in the middle of next week. I'm heading down to the Bay of Naples, a region called the Amalfi Coast of Italy, and I will be travelling to Naples on my own and then meeting a friend, and we'll cruise around on the bike for a couple of 3 or 4 days, do some walking. But I'm going to try the minimalist approach: t-shirts, shorts, one pair of evening pants. Let's just see what happens. A lot of rapeseed in the fields. We have a lot of felled timber. A lot of this timber is felled at this time of the year, just really for the health of the forest. But those small logs and branches, they're often used for wood chipping. We have a lot of community heating projects here in Switzerland. I live in a village where all of our heating water for the house, heating water, is pumped to our house under the pavements from a community heating furnace fired by those wood chips. It really is very efficient. They are clean burning furnaces, and that timber would just rot. Now, looking at the plethora of vlogs of people going on tours, I'm just taken by how many people actually visit Switzerland. England to Switzerland. They drive over the high Alps. They have to whiz through the Jura pretty quickly, which is a shame because it is truly gorgeous. One thing I have noticed on the Burgman is that the speedometer is 10% over. So much more accurate here on the GPS. Currently doing the legal speed, about 80 kilometers an hour. Small villages are predominantly farm villages or people who commute into high-tech industries. Bottom of the valleys, more high-tech industries and small industry. Switzerland is renowned for really high-tech, premium quality products. So let's close out the last leg. Let's just head home. So Switzerland has a population of, I believe, about 7.5 million, give or take, and has four official languages. It's a confederation that was formed by different counties, I suppose, or cantons joining Switzerland to form the Confederation Helvetica. It started off in 1200 and whatever. So the four languages in the northern region where I'm living here, predominantly bordered by Germany. The language is German, or a dialect of German called Schweizerdeutsch. In the southern region around Geneva, in the southwest region, and to the west is predominantly French speaking. On the southern border where Switzerland touches Italy, the language is Italian, and the fourth official language of Switzerland is a language in the southeast, in the Graubünden region primarily, and that is Romansh. So four languages in Switzerland makes for very interesting discussions in Parliament, but seems to work very, very well. Up ahead on the right is an old Iron Age fort. You can probably see, or maybe you didn't see, but there's a giant ant on the top of there. It's constructed by a friend of mine, Fritz, who's a blacksmith and an artist. He kept building this strange object in his workshop while I was in there doing some playing around. Eventually it turned out to be that giant ant which is put on top of that hill. We have the village of Teniken. On the right we have our village shop. It's an honour system. When the shop is closed, you take any of the items from outside, put your name in a book, or you leave your money in a little wooden box. Directly ahead, that was the old slaughterhouse of the village, and on the right is our council house, the Gemeinde house, with all the official paperwork. Oh, and taxes. As we come round, have a look at this old house. Looks quite in order, and that is welcome back and thank you for taking a ride with me and Lottie today.